Thank you for the interview. The Control of Tobacco Product and Smoking Bill 2022, also known as the Generational Endgame Bill, was read in Parliament recently. I am the MP of Moa, and let me explain the scope and breadth of the bill in simple words that everyone can understand. The main aim of this bill is to ban smoking and possession of tobacco products to those born after 1st January on 2007 and onwards. According to the National Health and Morbidity Survey 2019, more than 27,000 of Malaysians' deaths annually are related to the consumption of tobacco products. This number is very high due to the fact that the smoking rate in Malaysia is a whopping 21.3%. These statistics did not include those who are under 15. Hence, the smoking rate in Malaysia will be even higher. This means, in general, 1 out of 5 Malaysians is a tobacco consumer. The Health Minister, Khairi Jamaluddin, explained this bill in simple words, which is, every year, more cannot smoke. This is due to the fact that every year, there will be more and more people born after the year of 2007, and when the last batch of smokers stop smoking or pass away, there will be less smoking population in Malaysia. The Health Minister also said that the law could potentially save 2 million lives due to the reduction in smoking-related diseases. Moving on to the concept. The concept of this bill is to permanently ban the usage, sales, and purchase of tobacco products such as cigarettes, vapes, hookahs, and etc. towards the people born after 1st January 2007 and onwards, which is equivalent to 16 years old as of today. By placing a ban on those born after 2007 and onwards, the government hopes to shrink the market of cigarette and tobacco products users over time. And normally, both actus reus and mens reus is needed to prove a person criminally liable under criminal law unless it falls under strict liability. Actus reus means guilty act and mens reus means criminal intention. In this bill, the actus reus is the action of selling and buying the said products towards people born after the year 2007, while the mens reus need not to be proven in this bill, as the action itself is sufficient to be prosecuted. A very good example would be the possession, sales, and purchase of drugs, where even though you don't have the mens rea, you will still be prosecuted. Moving on to the effects and scopes. Under Clause 13, the effects and scope of this bill is very simple and can be categorized into two parties, which is the seller and the buyer. In Clause 13, Section 1, Paragraph A, no person shall sell any tobacco products, smoking substances, substitute tobacco products, or smoking device to any person who was born on 1st January 2007 and onwards, to be read together with the Clause 13, Section 2, that any person who contravenes with Subsection 1 commits an offence and shall be convicted. This means that sellers and vendors cannot sell any tobacco-related product to those who born after 2007, and failing to comply with this will lead to an offence. Moving on, in Clause 13, Section 3, that no person who was born in 1st January 2007 onwards shall purchase any tobacco products, smoking substances, substitute tobacco products, or smoking devices. To be read together with Clause 13, Subsection 4, with any person contravenes Section 3 commits an offence and shall be convicted. This means that even the buyer born after 2007 would be charged and prosecuted under this bill for involving in any sales and purchase of tobacco products. By looking at this bill, it is clear that both the seller and the buyer will be criminally liable if they do not comply with provisions. This should effectively prohibit the sales and purchase of tobacco products. Before moving on to the punishment, we should note that what is the aim of punishment and why do we punish criminal offenders? Under criminal law, there are a few theories of punishment. In this bill, the punishment falls under the theory of deterrence. The aim is to deter people from committing crime. In order to deter others not to conduct the crime, punishment will be given. To make the punishment simple and easy to understand, I will categorize it into two punishments. One for a single person committing crime and one for a body of corporate. Also, for all the offences, the offenders will either face a fine, imprisonment, or even both together. For a single person or seller, under Clause 13, Section 2, Paragraph A, he may face punishment of either a fine not exceeding 20,000 ringgit or imprisonment not longer than 1 year or both together. This is for the first offence. For subsequent offences, the amount of fine is raised to the maximum of 30k or maximum of 2 years of imprisonment of both together. For body corporate, although the mode and form of punishment are still the same, the punishment are heavier and more serious. This is due to the impact and influence a body corporate may bring. Large body corporate also bears greater social responsibilities. Under Clause 13, Section 2, Paragraph B, the amount of fine is between 20,000 ringgit to 100,000 or a maximum of 2 years of imprisonment or both together for the first offence. For subsequent offence, the fine is between 50,000 and 300,000 or maximum 3 years of imprisonment or both. The punishment for those buyers who were born after 2007 was laid out in Clause 13, Section 4. A maximum of 5,000 ringgit fine would be imposed if they are caught buying tobacco products. Moving on to the most controversial part of the bill, which is the debate of should it be passed. In my opinion, the bill should not be passed. It will be nearly impossible to totally ban the sale and purchase of tobacco products, as there will be people willing to take the risk and make a fortune out of it. Firstly, the number of black markets and smuggling activities will skyrocket, and illicit tobacco products such as fake cigarettes will be all over the place. Between 2018 and 2021, it was reported that Malaysia had lost 5 billion tax annually due to the cigarettes smuggled in. At the end of the day, people will still consume those illicit products, and those products will pose a greater risk due to the non-regulated production. Secondly, the passing of this bill will violate the personal liberty and freedom. They are subjected to the lifetime of living in fear of persecution, state harassment in being stopped and searched, extortion, loss of privacy, and also the stigma of a criminal record for smoking. Thirdly, our national economy will be greatly impacted, not only for those big tobacco industry, but also the government and the people in the bottom of the society. It was reported that in 2021, the government collected around 3.3 billion ringgit of tax revenue from the tobacco industry. The banning of tobacco products would lead to a loss of tax revenue for the government. Also, the workers in the tobacco industry will face the risk of unemployment. Not to mention that this bill will mostly impact those local small business owners, such as grocery shops, mama stores, and restaurants owners that sell tobacco products. In my opinion, the bill is not yet complete and comprehensive enough to be passed as law. Constructive and persuasive approach should be instead taken, instead of trying to criminalize all the parties